Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against King Candy, a random person offline. Still here on Sword and Shield as you can see. And so yeah, looking at their team on the side there, looks to be pretty cool honestly, pretty strong, pretty interesting looking team, so that's cool. Looking at my team, it is the same one that I've been using the past couple of games here, the team of all Pokemon that were introduced in generations 5 through 7, not available on Scarlet and Violet. So, what do I want to lead with in this one? I think we're going to go with the Seismitoad, actually. Seismitoad has not seen any action since we returned to Sword and Shield here, so we'll give that a go. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. Alright. Alright, so looks like they are going to lead with the Golisopod as we led with the Seismitoad. So this is not the best matchup in the world for us. We don't really have much of anything to hit this thing with, unfortunately. The only thing we can really do in this situation is throw a Stealth Rock up, so that's what we're going to do here. None of our moves even hit this thing for neutral damage. This thing is just going to go for a first impression, which will do a lot of damage to us, take us down by a little less than half. We are going to go for the Stealth Rock in return, which is good. Going to get that entry hazard up on them, which is definitely going to be beneficial. And then we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So now we have to decide what we want to do in the face of this thing. And so I'm not 100% sure how we want to play this. I feel like we could try to chip this thing with an attack. I'm not sure what this thing is going to want to go for. We do have the water immunity, so that is helpful. I think we will maybe just fire off an Earthquake. I know it's not going to do a ton of damage to this thing if he stays in, but we just want to see if we can get some chip damage here, as we are actually going to outspeed him. We are going to go for an Earthquake here, which is going to do a little bit of chip damage to this thing, not too much, as he goes for Poison Jab in return, so that is not going to do too much damage to us. Fortunately, no poison. So we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers, and so yeah, it is a little bit difficult here because it doesn't look like either of us really have a move for the other one. So I guess it's just a question of who blinks first. Do we really have much of a switch to this thing, though? That's the other thing. Not really, honestly. I think I'm comfortable just kind of waiting this situation out here for now. So yeah, let's fire off another Earthquake and see what happens. So he stays in. We go for another Earthquake. I'm going to get a little more chip damage on this thing, knocking it down to almost 50%. We do get a critical hit that time, as he is going to go for a Liquidation this time, probably predicting this switch, and that is going to backfire for him, as the Water Absorb is going to soak that right up, and we're going to get a bunch of much-needed HP back, and then we're going to get even more back with the leftovers. So that worked out very well for us. So now I think there's really not much of a reason to abandon our strategy here at this point. I think we just keep spamming the Earthquakes on this thing, because thanks to that overpredict on his side, we're now ahead of the game. So I think that is probably best case scenario. We are going to fire off the next Earthquake on this thing, and that will knock it below 50%, which I believe, yep, is going to trip the emergency exit, so that is going to switch this thing out so we don't have to take another shot from it. The only bad thing about this is now he is going to basically pivot into whatever he wants. But we did kind of win the war of attrition there, as now he's going to come in with the Urshifu. That is the single strike, and that thing is going to take some Stealth Rock damage, as we do get some HP back with our leftovers. So we're almost back at full with the Seismitoad, which is pretty nice. I think we definitely don't stay in here. I think he definitely wants to fire off a Dark move at us. But I do think we have the best possible switch to this thing, and that is the Shiinotic. So we are just going to go straight for the switch. He could also go for the fighting move as well. So we do have a resistance to both of those in the form of our Shiinotic, so we're going to come in with that. And he does indeed go for the Wicked Blow, so it is a guaranteed critical hit, of course, so hits us up with that. Does do about a third damage, is quite a lot. And then we do get some Rocky Helmet chip on him, which is nice. So now we have to decide what we want to do to this thing. So obviously this thing could have coverage for us. It could have like Poison Jab, which would hurt a lot if he chooses to go for it. I feel like, yeah, I think it is a risk we're going to have to take, I think, because I don't really think we have the best of switches to this thing. So yeah, I don't think we don't really have anything else that we can switch in that's really gonna be great here. So I think we're just going to attempt to Spore something here, unless he's choice. No, he's not. He goes for the Iron Head. I don't think we take that, and we do actually take it with 6 HP. We hang on, which is amazing. We get some more Rocky Helmet damage on this thing, and then we get a Spore to put it to sleep. So Shiinotic, exceeding my expectations there, actually tanking that that attack. So that is pretty incredible. Shiinotic hanging on with 6 HP. So I think now we might as well just, he could easily switch here, but I think we just fire off the Moonblast now, as he does in fact stay in. So we could have just done this in the first place to take him out, but I was quite impressed with Shiinotic there. So we do get the KO with the Moonblast this turn, which is amazing. So Urshifu goes down, and he goes down to 5 Pokemon. So Shiinotic really paying off there. That is pretty awesome for us. We are max HP as well. So yeah, great work there by Shiinotic. So now we will see what he wants to come in with in response, and it is going to be the Lucario. So that thing is in. It is going to take a little bit of Stealth Rock damage, and so I don't think there's any point in switching here. We are just going to try to Spore this thing in case he decides to get greedy and try to set up on us, but no, he is just going to go for the Extreme Speed, which makes sense. He is going to take more Rocky Helmet chip off that, which is amazing. The Shiinotic does go down, and we go down to 5 Pokemon, but that's okay. Shiinotic definitely did its job in that one. So I think here we do have actually the perfect switch into this thing right now in the form of the Aegislash, so we are just going to go ahead and come in with that. We do have the immunity and the resistance to both this thing's stab moves, so I think what we want to do here, he actually obviously could, there are quite a few plays he could make here. He could easily switch out, but I kind of want to just make the obvious play in close combat, so that's what I'm going to do. He could have a Dark Move or something on deck to hit us with. This could backfire, perhaps, but I think we just have to kind of make that, make the risk here and see what he wants to do. So, what is it going to be? Hopefully he stays in. We should be able to take an attack if he does stay in, that's fine. Yeah, we definitely should take at least one attack from this thing, because Aegislash in shield form is very defensive, obviously. So yeah, he does go for the switch. That is a little unfortunate. He might be going into, yep, that's kind of what I was afraid of. So he goes into the Mimikyu here, and so that is unfortunate. He does take Stealth Rock damage as we switch into Blade form, and we go for the close combat, which is not going to touch this thing. So yeah, that was the nice prediction on his side that really got us. He's going to get some HP back with his leftovers there, and so now we're in kind of a vulnerable position here because we kind of have to stay in to break this thing's decoy. If he chooses to go for an attack here, we're going to lose Aegislash, which sucks, but I feel like we really just have to stay in and break the decoy, so we're going to go for the Shadow Sneak here just to do that. I think he might Swords Dance. That is a big possibility as well, but we are going to Shadow Sneak, which does break the disguise, which is what we needed to do in that situation, and he is going to take a little HP damage from that, and then he's going to go for a Phantom Force, interestingly enough. So he's going to disappear, and he's going to hit us, get some HP back with leftovers, and hit us next turn. The only good thing about this is we can actually switch into one of our normal types to take the hit here, and we're definitely going to go for the Heliolisk in this situation. We don't want to go Drampa because we don't want to be vulnerable to getting hit with a fairy attack, so we'll come in with Heliolisk as we'll block the Phantom Force there, which is pretty amazing. This thing does get more HP back with the leftovers, but that is okay. So Now we have to decide what we want to do in the face of this thing. I feel like he does have the ground type right there. He has quite a few possibilities to switch here, so we kind of have to be careful with how we play this because we are choice specs, so we're going to get locked in. I think the most neutral play we could go for here is Surf. So I kind of want to just do that because I don't feel like there's any way he brings Dracovish in here. So we're just going to Surf, predicting the switch here. So he does switch. Okay, so if we can catch this Marowak I think he has coming in, that would be nice. And no, he goes into Lucario instead, which is pretty interesting. So that thing's in. He does take another round of Stealth Rock Chip. We go for a nice choice specs Surf on this thing. And that should do quite a lot. Does a lot of damage to that thing, taking it down into the red, which is amazing. And so now we have another choice to make on our hands here because we can take this thing out with another one. However, we don't know if this thing is choice or not. If it is, it will outspeed us. I feel like switching into Aegislash is just the right move every time against this thing. So I think we should just do that. Yeah, we're just going to do that. I feel like Aegislash is the right call here because we don't want to take an unnecessary risk and lose our Heliolisk right now. So we'll come in with the Aegislash instead, as he does close combat, which is perfect. So I kind of feel like the way he's playing this thing, it might be choice. So yeah, that is good. So I feel like he might end up switching here. So he does still have the fighting immunity, so there's no reason for us to go for that. I think our actual best play in this situation is to actually Iron Head him. So I think we're going to do that. Because if he stays in, it should take him out. But no, he's going to switch. So I feel like that thing's definitely choice by the way he's playing it. He is going to try and block the fighting move with the Mimikyu switch again. But fortunately for us, we did not go for that as he changes. We change back to Blade form. He takes the Stealth Rock damage, and we go for a big-time Iron Head on this thing, which is going to go ahead and wipe that Mimikyu out, which is amazing for us. That is going to go ahead and knock him down to, I believe that's 4 Pokemon. So yeah, that was an amazing turn of events for us. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Marowak. So he's going to take some Stealth Rock damage, and we definitely don't want to stay in on this matchup. We don't want to get hit with a fighting or with a ground attack. So in the face of the Marowak, I'm not 100% sure what we want to switch in to face the Marowak. I feel like a nice neutral middle of the road play. We could go for this, but I don't. I feel like yeah, we're gonna go for the Drampa, and the reason I want to do this is because Drampa is not doing a ton this game, so this is a pretty nice middle of the road play here. So we'll come in with Drampa as he is gonna go ahead and bust out his Dynamax actually. So there's that. So he's gonna go for the Dynamax Marowak, interestingly enough. So there it is. Dynamax Marowak, and what is he going to do with it is the question. So he is going to go for a Max Quake. Okay, so he's going to hit us up with a Max Quake, probably going to do a lot of damage. In fact, almost KOs us, which is unfortunate. So it's also going to increase his special defense, so that's good to note. It is going to trip our Berserk to increase our special attack. Not really going to matter. Because we definitely can't take another attack from this thing. We do get some HP back with the leftovers, but it's certainly not going to be enough to survive an attack from this thing. So, yeah, the Dynamax was real good there for him. I guess we just click Draco Meteor here, but there's no way we take another attack from this thing as he goes for a Max Darkness this time around. And yeah, just in case we decided to switch into something else. So we are going to go down there, and that is going to knock us down to 4 Pokemon. So the Dynamax Marowak definitely putting us in a bit of trouble here. I think that is definitely going to make our decision all the easier in this situation. Because I think we definitely want to come in with our Seismitoad, and I think since he went ahead and busted out his Dynamax, it is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and bust out our Dynamax. And so the only question is, do I want to waste a turn with a max guard, or do I just want to take a shot at him with a max geyser? That is the question. And I think we'll go ahead and just take the shot with max geyser right away. I think we'll do that. So indeed, he will not be switching out because he doesn't want to waste the last turn of his Dynamax, but we are going to go ahead and bust out our Dynamax on our Seismitoad. So there it is. Ready to go. And so I'm not sure who's going to outspeed who here. It looks like it is going to be us to go first, which is amazing. So we're going to go ahead and hit this thing hard with a max geyser. We are max attack as well. Not quite enough to take this thing out. It takes him down to about a third HP, which is good, and sets the rain on the battlefield, which is maybe good for us, as he is going to go for a max quake in return. And that is probably going to do a lot of damage to us. Yeah, taking us down by almost 50%, not quite, and increasing his special defense even farther. But that is okay, as we are going to get some HP back with our leftovers, and his Dynamax is going to be over this turn, which is pretty great. So we still have 2 more turns of our Dynamax here with the Seismitoad, and I think we have a little bit of a choice to make here. I kind of want to just max Quake myself, so I think that's what we're going to do. It should definitely be enough to take him out. So in fact, he does just stay in here. We're going to go for a nice max Quake of our own here, and that is definitely enough to finish that Marowak off from that range and give us a nice little special defense boost in the process. So the Marowak is down, and he is going to go down to 3 Pokemon, I believe that is, as we get some more HP with the leftovers. So Seismitoad putting some work in here, which is nice. We still have 1 more turn left with our Dynamax, which is good. So now he is going to come back in with the Golisopod, and so he is going to take some Stealth Rock damage, barely surviving it. And I do think that he's probably just doing this to chip us with first impressions, which is fine. I think just another max Quake will do the job on this thing, so that's what we're going to go for. Yep, there's the first impressions, and that does chip us a little below 50% as we hit him up with a max Quake in return, and that should definitely be enough to finish that Golisopod, and indeed it is, off from that range. And so yeah, we get 1 more special defense boost, which is really nice. So that will take care of the Golisopod and knock him down to 2. So Seismitoad putting in a lot of work here. We are going to get some more HP back with the leftovers as well. And yeah, that is going to be it for the Dynamax, but that Dynamax paid dividends for us for sure. So now we will see what he wants to do. He is going to go ahead and come in with the Dracovish. So this is the thing that I was afraid of course. Our Dynamax is over, and so now the rain is still up. So that's important to note, because I believe this thing can potentially have Swift Swim. Not sure if it will have it or not, but we do still have 2 turns left of the rain, so that's really important to note. I feel like we probably don't take an attack from this thing just because it's Dracovish, but let's just stay in and fire an Earthquake off anyway. He does go for a Dragon Rush, and certainly we cannot take that from that range. So Seismitoad goes down, and we go down to, that is 3 Pokemon. So there's 1 more turn of the rain left. So I feel like our best case scenario here is going to be the Aegislash, definitely. Because a lot of times these Dracovish end up being choice. So we're going to go ahead and come in with the Aegislash here, and he's got the Lucario and he's got the Dracovish. So we're pretty safe to close combat here. That's exactly what we're going to do, and we'll see what he wants to do. If he switches to the Lucario, this will be great. He does go for Protect, interestingly enough, so he just wants to scout us out. And actually, it does more than scout us out, because it forces us into Blade form, which is going to be a problem. So now that this is a problem, because now that we're in Blade form, I don't think we can take an attack. But the rain is up, so that's positive. So this just made our life very interesting here. I think we make the Heliolisk switch now. We don't have much time left on the clock. Yep, let's make the Heliolisk switch. So I'm predicting the water move here. So we're going to make the Heliolisk switch and hope this works out. So there it is, and he does go for the Fishious Rend, which is perfect. We're going to block that with the Dry Skin. So that works out perfectly. And now it is time to go for the Volt Switch 100%. So he does go for another Protect to Scout, which is fine. He is going to block our Volt Switch with that. So that is fine. And so that just kind of stalls another turn out, but we're choice locked in the Volt Switch, so no reason not to just click it one more time here. I don't know if it'll be enough to take this thing out. I kind of doubt it. But yeah, this is an ugly looking thing too, isn't it? Dracovish is just the worst. As he does stay in, we're pushing the edge of the timer. We get that Choice Specs Volt Switch. Not enough to take him out, unfortunately. But we do get the pivot, and I think we just pivot into... the Aegislash here. I think that's really the play, so that's what we're going to do. So there it is, and he does go for a Dragon Rush, and he does actually miss, so that's unfortunate. I think we just... He's probably going to Protect again, right? Let's just Close Combat. Nope, he Fishious Rends. So with the timer running out, hits us with a Fishious Rend. We will. It'll take us down by a little less than 50%. We will change to Blade Form and nail this thing with a nice Close Combat here, which does finish that thing off. I don't think we're going to get another turn here. Yeah, thanks to the defense drops, wasting some time. So we do get rid of the Dracovish and knock him down to just one Pokemon, which is nice. We are going to get some HP back with the leftovers as well, and we are going to hit the timer there as well. So his last Pokemon is that Lucario, which is more than likely Choice Scarf. So that thing's going to come in, and he is going to, I believe, just barely survive the Stealth Rock damage. And we're just going to click Close Combat because it's not going to matter because the timer is up. So yeah, that is unfortunate. We were so close to the end of the match, but we certainly had this one in the bag because Shadow Sneak would have taken him out, obviously. So that is going to be game. So we are going to win that one 3-1, technically, against King Candy. But that was a really great match, actually. Very close, highly competitive. We'll go ahead and snag the league card as well. And then we'll go ahead and back out. But yeah, that was a pretty awesome match, honestly. I'm really happy with the way that that one turned out. And definitely a really solid showing for the team there. If only we were to have a little bit more time. Once again, the timer hits us. It feels just like old times here on Sword and Shield, the last couple of games with the timer hitting us, but really, really solid match nonetheless. We certainly would have had that one if we would have had one more turn to just click Shadow Sneak on Aegislash, and if not, we had a couple of Pokemon in the back that could have done the job as well. So, but great game nonetheless. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.